Hello, fellow Magic player. The Spider-Man got you down. Is through the Ohm paths proving a little too confusing and jarring on Arena? Tired of losing to Vivi Cauldron and Standard? Well, if you're looking for another game to play, take a little break from Magic till Avatar comes out, I've got you covered with my favorite new game of 2025. This is a hashtag sponsored video, but I freaking love this game. I've been playing constantly on my phone all the time, and you're going to love it. So check it out. It's called Once Upon a Galaxy, and let me show it to you. Once Upon a Galaxy is a new auto battler, kind of stripped down to the bare bones, kind of like Marvel Snap took card games and made them over to mobile, being super simple and fun and easy to play. That's Once Upon a Galaxy for auto battlers. It's really simple, really straightforward, kind of down to the core game mechanics that make the game fun. It's made for the creators of Storybook Brawl. Maybe you know them. Luis Scott Vargas, Sam Pardee, of course, big time Magic players I've been friends with for a long time and been on the same pro team with. And this game is awesome. It's pretty simple to play. You auto battle in two stages. You do a drafting stage and then you do a battling stage, and you kind of play through. It's asynchronous. It's free to play. The best thing about this game is that it is a free-to-play game that does not harass you and bother you constantly with freaking ads trying to buy shit. There are things you can buy in the game, but for the most part, like 90 to 95% of the game is just free to play. There's a captain or two that's paywalled, but by the time the next set comes out, they get unpaywalled, and it's pretty generous as far as acquiring cards and stuff too. And frankly, I played this game for probably 40 hours before even looking at any of the payment options because they're not there to even look at. You have to look for them. They can't pop up in your face, which is great. So this game's awesome. I've been playing it non-stop. Since I downloaded it and since I did my first sponsored stream for them. And I get this sponsor, but I freaking love this game. And I speak from the heart when I say this game is freaking awesome. I've been playing it on flights, been traveling a lot. Has an offline mode, which is great. It's totally asynchronous, super easy to play. I love it. So I'm going to be playing through a game here with the new Candy Lar expansion. I did a minor set review of this expansion like a week or two ago. Not a full set review, but like looking over some of the cards and mechanics. Check that out on YouTube if you want to watch it. By the way, jump right in the game, see how the game plays, and enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And again, hashtag sponsored, but I love this game. Check it out. All right, what's up, folks? We're here with a new expansion for Once Upon a Galaxy, their first ever set, Candy Lar. We're trying out one of the new captains here in Candy Pandy. I'll be going over the game, the basic gameplay, and then, of course, the unique gameplay to this new captain and the new cards. So, ooh. Hi. So every game starts with a captain selection screen like this. You get 3 choices. You can reroll one of them if you want to. And we're going to choose Candy Pandy, which is the first treasure you discover. Each rarity becomes candy. So what does candy mean? Candy is just a subtype. However, candy has a mechanic where if you sweeten your candy, which is an effect, it just upgrades any number on a candy card by 1. So this is really, really powerful as it scales up and up and up as the game goes on. There are a lot of candy cards, like creatures that will say, when I attack, get +1. And if it's candy, it means +2, +3, +4. There's a captain that says, all my units have +1, and that's candy sweetenable. This one's really important, though, because powering up treasures for candy is one of the most broken things you can do with candy, where say you have a treasure that gives all your units +0, +2. Well, every time, if you make that candy somehow, every time you sweeten, it goes to +1, +3, +2, +4, +5, +6, whatever. It can go crazy. And if you can get multiple candy treasures like that, you can scale up crazy. So you got to get the candy cards to start, though. We don't have any here. So basic gameplay here is simply there's a draft phase and a battle phase, like an auto battler. So every draft phase, you get two cards to pick. That's it. Nice and simple, very, very clean. 2 turns of each rarity. They start out with the commons, they go to uncommons, rares, and so on and so forth. So the power level of the cards scales up dramatically as the game goes on, which is super fun. And we'll see Nesting Shrimp Fowl. Here's the card we're going to take. This is simply a 1/1 unit, 1 power, 1 toughness, that when it recruits, it gives your first slot +2 attack. So there are effects that pump up your units themselves, and there are effects that pump up your slots. These are better as the game goes on, whereas pumping up your units individually is not always great because you want to upgrade those. So the foul is good. We see a Lancelot here. This is a really, really good quest creature. Quest creature says, complete the quest and you get a treasure of the rarity. And the new set introduces, usually it's like a random treasure of the rarity. The new set introduces specific ones, like Little Lance here. This is an insane treasure to give the candy ability to, because it says each fight give all your slots +1 attack. So if you candy this up by 1, each of your slots gets +2 attack, +1 toughness, and so on and so forth. So and it's every turn. So it's exponential on both sides, which is insane. Now, it's a bit of a quest to try and get this specific one to be your first common treasure. But that's the quest we're going to go on. So take this little guy, and it's fight time. Pick 2 cards, battle. Pick 2 cards, battle. You're in a lobby with 5 other players. You're playing asynchronously just against their prior runs, which is really, really cool. You can see all their legends here. 3 hearts. If you lose a battle, use half a heart. If you lose a battle badly, use a whole heart. And that's it. So battle. And first battle's a wash, as the first battle often is. So go to turn 2. Back to the buy phase. Pick 2 things. So we see your Puck is great. This is a support character. This buffs up the characters in the front slots in front of it. So we can put this back here. Now this is even bigger. And we're getting close to getting our Lance to the requisite 8 power. We're currently at 7. So we're almost there. And so Dragonling and Evil Stepmother are both quest cards. But I don't want to get a common treasure until I get the Lance, because this thing says the first treasure of each rarity becomes candy. So we're going to wait on that. Even though these are both cards that I like a lot. I should take the wind up toy. So toy gets bigger whenever it's attacked. So let's do this. Typically, so your units attack left to right. Your left unit attacks first and attacks a random slot of theirs. So if you have units that have attack triggers or do things on attack, usually you want to put them in the first slot because they always attack first as long as you win the die roll, basically. If you have a unit that has a Venom attack trigger, you want this in the last slot because it has the most chance to be attacked before it would attack. So put the wind up toy over there. So battle, trade, attack buff, win. Awesome. So we see they lost half a heart. We're still hearts. Now we go to turn 3. Turn 3, the sword goes up to uncommon, little green logo here, and adds the new introduction of spells. So spells are simply one-shot effects that do a thing. And spells get important as the game goes on because as you build up cards you really, really like and build them up, you might not want to replace them with new cards, but spells can allow you to keep doing that. So 2 really big things here. So we've got a Presence of Gaia, which gives us slot plus 2/2. This could get our Lance a little going right now and thing, but there's also a Misera, I don't know, whatever, which is a uncommon creature and has the quest of lose a fight, and you get a Constellation prize. This is a buff for your team, plus 2/2. You lose a fight, you get a copy of this. This is also an insanely good treasure to try and get the candy bonus on because it keeps buffing your team, which is great. And if you lose a fight, it duplicates, so you get the buff twice and then 4 times, which is really, really good. So while I think that Presence of Gaia to pump up our Lance to get this treasure would be really, really good, I think this card's way too good to pass up here, so we're gonna take this. And now we're also in the spot where we're strategically planning out our uncommon treasure is going to be the prize, and our common treasure is going to be the Lance. And we got super lucky here. Awesome. So we got Scrub Foul. So why is this silver? So as you play, you can rank up your cards from bronze to silver to gold. Going to silver does not give you any additional bonuses, but a +1/+1. But you get the same effect again. So if I recruit this, it'll replace my current one, get it's +1/+1 bonus, and then when you get a gold one, you get the gold ones typically their power doubles. So for example, a gold nesting Scrub Foul would give +4 attack rather than 2. And whenever you get a gold card, you also get a treasure of that rarity. So why is silver good? Silvers bypass the 2 card purchase per turn limit. So when you silver a card, it doesn't count towards your limit. So it's kind of like a free roll. This is awesome for us. We're going to get to free roll this, buff this up to a 5/2. That adds the power to our Lance, which is great. And now we're ready to roll on that. Awesome. So now we've accomplished both of our tasks, right? We have our Lance up at 8 power. We want to try and lose a fight here, which is kind of amusing to get this thing to go off. Don't want to lose too badly, but we're going to do that. Now we see Candy Claws here. This is a candy unit. You see it's denoted by the little candy on the top. So it says Hunt, give my slot +1/+1. Hunt is an ability where if it attacks and kills a thing, it triggers. And because it's candy, if our candy gets better, this slot will be +2/+2, +3/+3, and so on. So we're going to replace our foul with this, and then we're going to pass. And it's kind of silly, but hopefully we lose this fight. So we're going to do this. So this triggers. We got a trade, a loss. Perfect. Excellent. Awesome. This is exactly what we wanted. So you can see the strategy of the game is inherent, about maybe you want to lose a fight, we want to do this and that. So this is insane. So now we've gotten our 2 treasures here. We see our first uncommon treasure is the Constellation Prize, is Sweet Constellation Prize. We haven't actually upped our candy yet, but we'll do that as the game goes on, sweeten our candy. +2/+2 for everything. And if we lose a fight, we get a copy of this. And then we'll have 2, we lose a fight, we get 2 copy of each, we get 4 and 8 and so on, which is great. And there are ways to gain hearts back, which can be really, really good with this effect. Then we see we get sweet little lance. Every fight, all of your slots get +1 attack, which is insane. And again, every sweeten effect will make this better. So we get these 2, which is awesome. And now we're really looking for ways to sweeten our candy, which comes in the form of cards that can do that, candy cards or candy spells. Don't see any of those here. That's okay. We see Lance a little, once a quest character is on its job, it's kind of just a vanilla character, it's just a 4/4, so want to replace this one for sure. We got our toy here is okay, our claws, hunt to give us slot +1, which is kind of cool. Most of the time you want your hunt characters in the first slot, because you are 50% to be the player that attacks first, that's random, but your first slot always attacks first. So if you win your flip, basically, you attack first. If they win their flip, they're going to attack randomly your first, second, or third slot. So you're 50% or you're 66%, whatever. So cool. So this is also its job. It's only a 4/4. So let's get an Ember in here. Ember just pumps the team. Not amazing, but it's fine. Now we see a silver here on the candy claws. We also see a sugar and spice, which says the next character you recruit gets 1, and then sweeten your candy, what we're looking for. So now all of our candy buffs go up. These are free rolls, right? The silvers are great, but we just want to take literally every candy thing possible. So we're going to do this. So next character recruit gets a buff. Our candy gets sweetened. So now you see our prize is now +3/+3. And our lance now +2/+1. And again, this is every turn. These are insanely good buffs. Really, really good for us. So pump up the team. And we should be good here for at least we get a win here. Awesome. Great. So fantastic. And we also get our heart back. Whenever you win a fight with a half a heart, you get your heart back, which is cool. So that's really important for our prize, is you want to be able to keep losing fights over and over again. So now we see the Candy Cane Crook, which is a hunt sweeten your candy effect, which is really, really potent because it's a repeatable effect. There's also a really good spell here in Concentrate, which simply sweetens your candy twice. This is tough because this is an effect that's really, really good. Twice will put this up to 4/4/3. It'll make this +5/5, which is insane. But the Candy Crook is really important too, because this is a way to continuously sweeten over and over again. And a lot of this game is built around snowballing, trying to kind of like just get your advantage, go, 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 go. So we're going to buy this. We can just get this whole thing out of here. And I want the most important hunt card first, because you really want to get this going. So unfortunately, we see no candy cards for us on the next level. We got a pretty big bunny here. Wizard can copy. I like the wizard here. So wizard gives you a bonus. So this has a recruit ability that says the next time you cast a spell, cast it again. But it's smaller than all my other units. It doesn't get bigger when you cast spells, though. So if we wanted to get this effect, but not actually replace any of our characters, you can put it up here. And this is a spot where you can recruit it, but not put it there, which is kind of cool. It's kind of a cool little way to do that. Kind of, not easy to know if you didn't know that. And we see our current candy here is right there as well. So that being said, this is only a base level 7/7. So, sorry. So we're only losing 1 power toughness here. Next time he casts a spell, it'll be bigger. So we're gonna place that here. So put that here. So now the next time he casts a spell, we'll get 2 of them. Hopefully it's a candy spell. So we can see here +3/+3, +2/+1. Buffs go off, which is awesome. And get a hunt off. Awesome. Candy goes up. Fantastic. So now we see we're +3/+2 and +4/+4. Awesome. So every turn, this string hunts. We're good to go. So we can get doubles of this spell here, which is an okay spell, but not that great. We also have Fire Breathing Dragon, which is a good size unit. And honestly, we're just gonna take this. This has a pretty cool ability called Ranged, where it basically is first strike if you're a magic player. It just does damage first. And now we see Gumdrop. Awesome. So now we're getting to the spot where we can really start casting these spells. So give a character +3/+3 and sweeten. This gives the character itself the buff, not the slot. So it's a little bit worse than a slot buff, but we want Candy Cane Crook. We're going to ride this card pretty hard to the mid game to try and really get our candy going. So we get to double this here, which is great. Cast it, and then cast it again. We see our, we replaced our regular guy, whatever. So, and now we're at +6/+6, and every turn +5/+4, which is insane. So we're really cruising now. So the buffs go off. Now the hunt effects get really, really good. Once you're ahead and you're starting to really cook, they had a pretty good run there. The hunt effects get really, really awesome because they keep getting better and better as the game goes on. So we lost that fight. They have a creature that whenever it dies, if it hasn't attacked, you respawn it, and they kind of hit their flips there. That's fine. Actually good for us because now you've lost half a heart. So we get an extra constellation prize. This is +7/+7, which is busted. We kind of want to keep losing fights and then getting hearts back to make more of these. So we see Volo, recruit a quest character and a random of the rarity. Sun Fairy is pretty good, just a nice buff. This is a much better version of the common. So common's +3, this is +7, so pretty easy choice to put that one here. And then we see Jaws. If I see 15 characters attack, candy counts. Oh, sorry. The quest is to see 15 characters attack, candy characters count for twice, and then it finds the treasure of Jawbreaker, which is just whenever it attacks, it +1. This is candy though, so this will counter all candy bonuses. So it's gonna go down here and take the toy away. So that's pretty great. And now we'll see, this little number will go down every time. We get our buffs from the Lance, which is great, and we're really sizing up well here into the mid game, which is awesome. So yeah, great fight. We get our heart back, this is like the best possible case scenario. Having a great run here. So now we see Knight of the Holy Cane. This is the quest here. It's to sweeten your candy to 10. And when you get your first treasure each turn, get a bonus candy spell, which is pretty cool. This is a little weaker. I should say it's better than the dragon because of the buff. So we're gonna pop this over here. We get Silver the Fairy, but like we don't really get much for silvering here. It just buffs it by +1 and gives us a chance to golden it. But I think we're gonna push our synergy here. So take this thing. We can see we're currently at 6 candy. It's right here. It's right here. Yeah, okay, 6 candy. So we see an Ember. So this is a spot where I don't want the character Ember, but it has a recruit ability. So it's kind of like an ETB in Magic. So we're going to put this here and get the little bonus for everyone. And it's a free roll because any silver card does not count against your things. Now, we find Candy Kiss, which is great for us. This transforms a character into a character 1 rarity higher. But most importantly, it makes it candy and you sweeten your candies. This is really, really important. So for cards like Jill Sunshine or even Sun Fairy, right? The support here is +7/+7. If you make this a candy, it'll add on all your candy bonuses on top of that, making it like this so you can get cards that you don't normally get a candy bonus, getting a bonus, which is insane. So we're going to want to transform our highest rarity card, which is Sun Fairy or Knight. So we can go from this purple one here, which is epic, into legendary. And we're going to do that right now. So let's go get a big one here. Trying to get a nice, good legendary here with some numbers on it. All right, and we got Conan, which unfortunately has no numbers for candy bonuses. It's an okay card. It has a quest, deal 200 damage, whatever, yada, 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 but that's fine. So we're still in great shape. So our buffs go off. The Candy Cane Crook's gonna go and hunt again, get our candy up again, which is great. So we're kind of like getting up every turn on candy, even without spells, which is sick. So crush them, awesome. Our Jaws hit. Quest is already complete. Let me get Jaws Breaker so you can see whatever character attacks is +9/+9. And like, this is a lot of the core fun of the game where obviously the fun of this game is just like numbers go up. This is really fun. And the candy mechanic just is that ×10, which is awesome. So Pixie Powder, super sweet, which gives just double, it's just sweet plus double. And then gives +18/+18, sweeten your candy, 6. So let's go here. Now our candy's at, for some reason this counter's broken. It should be counting, but it's not. We're at 9, not 10. So, and now we see Eureka, which is a +7/+7. And if it was a mage, get a new shop. Anytime you see a spell that gives you a new shop, it's like a free roll, as long as you have a mage. And we don't have any mages, unfortunately. So Jaws right now is not doing much for us because we already got the quest going. Just take the dragon, which is like pretty big. It's fine. Gumdrop, awesome, +10/+10. We're going to keep buffing our hunt guy that keeps making our stuff better. So these are some pretty good supports. You can see here they're legendaries. There are a lot of mirrored pairs in this game where they do the same thing. This is +20 attack, +20 health in front of me. But I don't think we really need these right now. They're quite good. I just want to keep the candy going. So let's sweeten up our crook. And again, every sweeten here is great because it gives us all these buffs. You can see +12/+12. And so we get the treasure off the quest here. It's going to be sweet. We get the Longhouse. Whenever you hunt, give all of your characters +13/+13. Rainbow Bridge, each of your characters 15. No day forces these are candies. So normally this is +5/+5, but our candy count is currently 10, so it's +10, which is great. So we currently have a lot of characters of the same rarity. So kind of like the Longhouse, our first 2 cards are hunt cards. So pumping the team is great. So let's do that. Take the Longhouse, and now it's roll. So you're going to see we're really popping off here. Every turn we get 11/10, +12/+12, +12/+12. Whenever it attacks, it's +11/+11. So we are really cruising, and you can see we're outsizing quite well. Now our opponents are getting into the late game though. So this is the secret rare level of the store. Normally your store cannot go up as far. It stops out at legendary. However, there's one captain that allows you to get to it, and then of course the spells that there are ways to get there. There are multiple spells or abilities that allow you to kind of level up Chuvas level, and all the secret rare cards are preposterous. So Echoing Fae here, buff one thing, it takes all the buffs from everything. It's a really insane card, and they all scale insanely. So we don't have any of those. We're doing really, really well. So we see Dip in Chocolate here. Next character you recruit comes Candy. Awesome. That's great. This is also a cool way to get candy effects on non-candy cards. Unfortunately, we see here we didn't really get anything good. We got Vanilla Creature. I guess the Rage Mage is not bad, making him as candy, but we can do better, I think. And then Friar Talk, you get a bonus spell. I'm just going to go do this Pump the Scene. So I'm just going to decline. We have a bonus for our next character. So I want to make sure it's a good one. And making some character like Oberian or whatever, the cards we just saw it supports, into candy is really, really good. So just use this. Just like we're going to cast a spell. It's not very good, but like we're kind of just like passing right now. So next battle, where we are absolutely crushing.
Good lord. Gigantic.
We're getting our Conan buff too. Yep, so we dealt 200 damage, which is great. And man, every attack with the breakers, oh yeah, it's insane. So, all right, so we got a bounty contract for killing one of their things or whatever. It's fine. We got a free spell because of... Oh, and you get your first treasure return, get a bonus spell. Awesome. So Pixie Powder's busted. We're now up in the stratosphere. We're at 13. So we're going to pump up our guy again, which is great. Bump up our candy. And now we see none of these. Katamari is interesting, but I'm just going to Presence Gaia. I just want to I want to find a really good thing to make candy. So let's do this. And now we see, unfortunately, none of these really matter. This is cool about being pirates, but we're not going to do that really. Tank's interesting, but we can do better. So we're going to do Over the Rainbow, just double the next thing we get, and really make sure the next thing we get is good. So the next thing we get is doubled and dipped in chocolate. And we're just doing so good right now that we're kind of in great shape anyway, so... All right, so now we're starting to see an opponent who's kind of... Okay, I couldn't show you the card, unfortunately, but that was a secret rare. It hunts. Whenever it hunts a thing, it adds its power, which is really powerful. I'll say it, though, you won. So the one downside of this game sometimes is you get really, really rolling, and then you win. You're like, oh, I wanted to keep going, but that's like all games, right? So you won. Sick. So we can see here this was a really, really good candy run. We nailed both of our early goals of getting the lance and the treasure. Basically, we did everything we were supposed to do, right? This is all about... the first treasure is candy, finding a treasure of each rarity, making it candy, and buffing it up. So that was a sweet run, and really good stuff, and we take down the dub, so love to see it. All right, so that is Once Upon a Galaxy. Please support this video, of course, and support me in my content by downloading the game for free. Use the link in the chat or description as always, because that sponsors the channel and this supports the channel. That's really, really good. And you'll freaking love it, honestly. The link will work for Steam on your desktop. Will also work on mobile or tablets, where I play almost entirely on my phone. And it's great stuff. So check it out, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what your favorite characters are, what your thoughts are on the game in the comments. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate it.